Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Are you thinking or overthinking? We can be con we can be content with what's going on around us, and we can always want more. But when we start to think and get into looking at our surroundings and think according to what's already here, we tend to get maybe stuck in a pattern, a loop of thinking the same thoughts and doing the same things and having the similar results keep showing up in different ways. Bob Proctor taught me that thinking is one of the hardest things you're going to do, not mental chatter that's just rolling around in your head all day long, but what do you really think? Do not let people, conditions, or circumstances control your thinking. You can be aware of what's happening around you. However, when you become in control of what's happening within you, your life can be directed to what you truly desire. You don't have to buy into what everyone else is saying and doing. Don't allow people around you to control what you think. You can think great thoughts about your life, your family, your job. When you make it a daily practice to start using your mind to think about what you prefer and creating ideas and going ahead and doing things that will take you to places you've always wanted to go. Waking up in the morning and saying, today I'm going to do things better than ever. You're going to start to live your life in a certain way, in alignment with the laws of the universe, in a calm, confident manner. You become what you think about is a truth that all great leaders have agreed on, although they've disagreed on virtually everything else. You choose your thoughts. You can reject or internalize those thoughts. The thoughts you internalize are impressed upon your heart. And when I say heart, I mean the universal subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is what is in control of what's going on. When you can focus on what you truly desire and, and get into the feeling of being grateful that you already have it, you're on the way to that destination. You're living your life in alignment with the laws of the universe, and everything that you want is coming to you at the right time. Whatever is impressed upon your heart controls who and what you are in this moment. When you repeat certain thoughts, especially when you get emotionally involved with them, they become fixed in your subconscious mind and they keep you in a vibrational, energetic state. And that controls the results that show up in your life. Getting into a state of gratitude brings to you better people, nicer circumstances, better conditions, all the resources that are required for you to live your life the way you choose. Once you practice this, once you get into alignment, once you decide what kind of life do you want to live, and then block out what doesn't match, block out the ideas, circumstances, and conditions that are not in alignment with how you want to be thinking and feeling. Wallace D. Waddell said, "There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. You can form things in your thought, and by impressing your thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing you think about to be created." Doesn't that sound easy? When you let the universe show you what you've been thinking and feeling. Of course, you can't just sit still and dream all day long. You do have to take action. But when your actions are in alignment with what it is that you desire, your life can transform into everything you always wanted it to be. What kind of a picture would you bring to the screen of your mind if you knew you could design your life? Let's take a deep breath in. And first of all, get into a calm, relaxed state of being. Whatever it is you want. What do you want to build? Wonderful structures, play divine harmonies, paint glorious pictures, see the beauty around you. What kind of purposeful work would you do if you could do whatever you love to do and be well paid for it and affect people's lives? What brings you joy and happiness and a sense of satisfaction? All that is possible is seeking expression through human beings. Wallace D. Wattles, in his book, The Science of Getting Rich, says, God wants those who can play music to have the instruments they need, to have the means to cultivate their talents to the fullest extent. He wants those who can appreciate beauty to be able to surround themselves with beautiful things. He wants those who can discern truth to have every opportunity to travel and observe. He wants those who can appreciate dress to be beautifully clothed, and those who can appreciate good food to be luxuriously fed. He wants all these things because he enjoys and appreciates them. It is God who wants to play and sing and enjoy beauty and proclaim truth and wear fine clothes and eat good foods. It is God that works in you to will and to do. The desire you feel for riches is the infinite seeking to express himself in you. What if you believed that it is God's will for you to grow and stretch, to enjoy more, to have more luxury, to bring in more good and share more with the rest of the world? How much better your life would be if you didn't have to worry about time and money freedom, and how much more you could bestow on others if you had more to give. Wallace Waddell says you need not hesitate to ask largely. Your part is to focus and express the desires of God. Now, maybe instead of God, you might say your higher self, universal intelligence, source energy. This is a difficult point with most people. They retain something of the old idea that poverty and self-sacrifice are pleasing to God. They look upon poverty as part of the plan, as a necessity of nature. They have the idea that God has finished his work and has made all that he can make, that the majority of humanity must stay poor because there's not enough to go around. People hold on to this erroneous thought so much that they feel ashamed to ask for wealth. They try not to want more than to have a very modest competence, just enough to make them fairly comfortable. Whatever you think about, you bring about. If you focus on poverty and debt, that's what you notice, that's what you focus your attention on, and that's what you bring more of into your experience. Why not change your focus to what if God is infinite? This is an infinite, no beginning, no end, magnificent universe. And as you look around, you can see how things have changed in your lifetime. The transportation that you use is not horse and buggy. The writing instruments you use is not pen and quill and an ink jar or parchment paper. You're not building your home out of stone and mud and straw. Take a look around at the modern conveniences. The internet wasn't a thing in my grandparents' day. When you focus your attention on what you would love to create, and you get into the state of being of what it would be like to have that, to do that, to be that, you can create whatever you truly want. But you have to desire it. You have to really want it. And you have to get into the energetic, vibrational energy that would be yours if that was true. Wallace D. Wattles tells a little story that he recalls the case of one student who was told that he must see in his mind a clear picture of the things he desired so that the creative thought of them might be impressed on the formless substance. He was a very poor man living in a rented house and having only what he earned from day to day. He could not grasp the fact that all wealth was his. After thinking the matter over, he decided that he might reasonably ask for a new rug for the floor of the best room in his home and an anthracite coal stove to heat the house during the cold winter. Following the instructions of focusing on what it would be like, seeing it, imagining it, rehearsing it, practicing it in his mind, pretending what it's like to already have it, and doing that over and over and over, a daily practice. He obtained these things in a few months. Then it dawned on the student that he had not asked enough. He went through the house in which he lived and he planned all the improvements that he would like to make in it. He mentally added a bay window here and a room there. In his mind, he continued until it was complete as his ideal home, and then he planned its furnishings. Holding the whole picture in his mind, he began living in a certain way, according to the laws of the universe. What you put out comes back to you. and moving toward what he wanted. Now that student owns his own house and he is rebuilding it according to his mental image. Now, with still larger faith, he is proceeding to get greater things. It has been unto him according to his faith. And it is so with you and with all of us. According to your faith, what do you really want? Believing that it's possible for you. And relaxing, getting into the state of gratitude, of knowing that it's yours. So when I say gratitude, I mean giving thanks for what you already have in a profound state that your heart opens up. Think of the most beautiful gift you've ever received, how that made you feel, how wonderful you felt, how worthy, not feeling that you're unworthy, that it's too much, that now you have to pay the other person back, but just enjoying the gift, giving thanks. Now take that feeling of what it is that you're so truly grateful for, that warmed your heart, that filled you up, that allowed you to feel loved, worthy, on top of the world, having fun, feeling free, enjoying, enthusiastic. Do you know the word enthusiasm? Enthused comes from the Latin term entheos, meaning in God. When you get into that state of enthusiasm, that is that God energy, the divine spiritual energy that's always for expansion and fuller expression, that is flowing to and through you. Feel that coming into your physical being. Feel it in every cell. Take a deep breath in and allow the beautiful God energy, the spiritual realm, to uplift you, to open your heart, to have you feel like anything you want is yours, and be grateful knowing that you're here in this physical body to bring that into physical experience. It's up to you. When you have the picture, your thoughts, and you add emotion, you're so in love with this thing that you want, this experience that you want, this growth that you want to experience, whatever it is. When you can feel what it's like to already have that and have the faith that it's meant for you, that you are worthy, that you're the one to bring it into physical reality, everything is possible. You must think from that place of already having it. And Wallace Waddle says, the first step toward getting rich is to convey the idea of your wants to the formless substance. And it becomes necessary to relate yourself to the formless substance in a harmonious way. To secure this harmonious relationship is a matter of such primary and vital importance that if you follow these instructions, will be certain to bring you into perfect unity of the mind of God. The whole process of mental adjustment and attunement can be summed up in one word: gratitude. First, you believe that there is one intelligent substance from which all things proceed. Secondly, you believe that this substance gives you everything you desire. And thirdly, you relate yourself to it through a feeling of deep and profound gratitude. It is easy to understand that the nearer we live to the source of wealth, the more wealth we shall receive. It is also easy to understand that a soul that is always grateful lives in closer touch with God than one who never looks to Him in thankful acknowledgement. When good things come to us, the more gratefully we fix our mind on the supreme power, the more good things we will receive and the more rapidly they will come. The reason for this is simply that the mental attitude of gratitude draws the mind into closer touch with the source from which blessings come. Gratitude brings your whole mind into closer harmony with the creative energies of the universe. The good things you already possess have come to you because of certain laws. Gratitude will lead your mind out along the ways by which they come, and it will keep you in close harmony with creative thought, and it will prevent you from falling into competitive thought. Gratitude alone can keep you looking toward the infinite and prevent you from falling into the error of thinking that the supply of riches is limited. There is a law of gratitude, and if you are to get the results you seek, it is absolutely necessary that you should observe the law of gratitude. It is the natural principle that action and reaction are always equal and in opposite directions. The grateful outreaching of your mind in thankful praise to the supreme power is a liberation or expenditure of force, and it cannot fail to reach that to which it is addressed. Draw nigh unto God, and He will draw nigh unto you. That is a statement of psychological truth. And if your gratitude is strong and constant, the reaction in the formless substance will be strong and continuous. The movement of the things you want will always be toward you. But the value of gratitude does not consist solely in getting more blessings in the future. Without gratitude, you cannot keep from being displeased with things as they are now. The moment you permit your mind to dwell with displeasure upon things as they are, you begin to lose ground. To permit your mind to dwell on inferior is to become inferior and surround yourself with inferior things. But to fix your attention on the best is to surround yourself with the best, to become the best. The creative power within us makes us into the image of that to which we give our attention. We are thinking substance, and thinking substance always takes the form of that which it thinks about. The grateful mind is constantly fixed upon the best, therefore it tends to become the best. It takes the form or character of the best and will receive the best. Faith is born of gratitude. The grateful mind continually expects good things, and expectation becomes faith. The reaction of gratitude upon one's own mind produces faith. Every outgoing wave of grateful thanksgiving increases faith. It is necessary then to cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and to give thanks continuously. I like to write a gratitude list every day, and that gets me into the state of feeling grateful. Bob Proctor, my mentor, would suggest that you write 10 things that you are grateful for every day. First thing when you wake up in the morning, I am grateful for waking up. I am grateful. This is a new day, one that has not yet been written. What story do I want to tell? If today I could do or be or have anything, what would that look like? What would that feel like? And as you get into the energetic feeling of already having what you want, already being the beautiful, loving human being that you truly are. You were born perfectly. You were born rich. You were born with talents and abilities that no one else has. Develop your talents and skills and abilities and use them to bring into your experience everything that you desire. I am grateful knowing that I can change my world by changing my thinking. Take time to write down what it is you desire and get into the feeling of being grateful that you know if it's not here yet, it's on its way to you, because what you think about, you bring about. When you focus your attention on what you desire and feel as if it's already yours, things start to move into place. Things align to bring that into your experience. Write down what you would love in positive language as if it's already yours. If it was yours, how grateful would you be? Write the story about what that would look like, what that would feel like, how grateful you are now that it's yours. And take that feeling into your day with you. New ideas will come to you. Act on those ideas, and soon you will be living that story. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. I am grateful you are here. Enjoy your day. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you.